Hello everyone. So this is Priyanka Deshmukh, and again came up with another video. So in this particular video, I'm going to explain you when we are working any Figma designing, when we are designing any prototyping in Figma, then we have to work on the column grid. How we can set those column grids, and what is the best way to set that, and what is the logical reason behind that, why we have set those type of grids. So let's get started. Now just jump on my Figma screen here. You can see this is the particular example of one type of funnel or one type of landing page. You can see when we are working on any column grid or anything, forget about the column grids. Why we have to particularly we kept this particular space from this side, right side, and the left side also, and we call it as a margin. Similar to this page also, intentionally we kept some type of spacing from this side and from this side also, and within this area we are just going to work on. So we call it as a container, and we are intentionally keeping this much space from both sides. Now what is the logic behind that, why we have to keep that particular spacing from both the sides? So let's get started with that. When you are working on any type of landing page, generally when we are working on the landing page concept or funnel building concept, funnel designing concept, we took our frame for the desktop it as a 1920 by 1080. Generally we took this particular measurements. Now when you are working on this particular 1920 by 1080 frame size, you can see here on the intentionally we kept some type of margin from the both sides, and we have to adjust our text within that particular margin. Now what is the reason behind that, why we have to keep that particular margin from the both sides? So let me share the bootstrap screen with you. Now you can see here, this is the website, that getbootstrap.com. When you visit that particular docs section, you can see here there is a layout section, and in layout you can see here the one section is the container section. Now these are the sizes for different devices, whatever the devices we have used. This is for the extra small devices, this is for the mobile devices, and this is for the large, X large, and this is probably the XX large. Now our width is 1920. That means it's greater than 1400 pixel. Whatever we are using here, 1920 means it's greater than 1400. Now the next point is, when we are working on that particular 9080, it's, you can see here we have to container width is 1320. Right, this much is the container width. That means whatever we have to work within the 1320. Sorry, it's 1320. Within that 1320 we have to work. Now how we can measure that? See, there are two ways. First step, if we can, our total width is 1920. Let me show you that our width is 1920. Total width is this much. Now our container section means this much is our container section, that is 1320. When we minus these things, we get the 600 value, right? Now we have to keep this 600 margin from the both side. When we are working in Figma, we have to set this particular 600 margin. Now let's see how we can set that particular 600 margin in Figma. So this is the 1920 generally and 1080. Now I have to set some column grid here. So let's click on that particular frame. Here is one option there. There is one option, that is layout grid. When you click on that particular layout grid, you click, you can see there are three types of grids available in the Figma. First one is grid, normal grid, then second one is column, and so third one is row. We have to set it for the column, and we have to set it for the 12. The count we have to set for the 12. There is one reason, and we have to set gutter value for the 20. There's one reason why we have to set that particular count to 12. Now we are working on the 1920 frame, right? When it's divided by, when you are working on that particular frame and container width is 1320, that particular section is divided by this 12 number. When you are working on the click funnel, you can choose that of 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, up to 6 columns. So all numbers, the 12 number is divided by all the column size, so you have to select that particular column count as a 12. Okay, now the next thing is, when we are setting the margin, we have to put that margin for the 300. Now why 300? You can see, let me just increase some opacity here. Now you can visualize the difference between that. So when we are working on the particular 300 margin, that means it is taking the 300 from the right side and 300 from the left side. That means total is 600. So we are keeping 600 spacing from the both side, right? Now let me open, I have just took one inspiration from the dribble, and let me show you that with you. So this frame I have taken from, sorry, this image I have, inspiration image I have taken from the dribble. Now you can see here, this frame that is 1320, it's accurately placed in between that particular thing, and this much of margin we are keeping. Now you can see here, when we are working on this particular grid system, see, it's working in that particular grid. The second column, it's starting from this second column, and everything is in between that particular grid. Whatever the things we are working in between that only. So this is the concept for the grid, and this way we are using the grids to keep some margins from both the sides. This much of area will be visible on the screen, any type of screen. So that is the main reason we are setting this type of grids. So within this area, whatever you are going to put, that will be visible on any devices, and that will be, whether it's a large form of screen, whether it's a small form of screen, but it will be visible on that particular, it will be supportive for that particular container size. So that's all for this video, and if you guys having any questions related to the grid, you can just put those questions in the comment section. So thank you, bye bye.